The ABC7 News on the Go app is brought to you by FH Fur. Jonathan Elias and Michelle Marsh, weeknights on News Channel 8 at 10.
Good morning, America. It's 8 a.m. on this Martin Luther King Jr. Day, and we have brand new tapes from his late wife, Coretta Scott King, revealing conversations with her husband.
I said, well, you know, I love being your wife and the mother of your children, but if that was all that I did, I would go crazy.
The First Lady of the Civil Rights Movement, about her life, her legacy, and her struggle.
Any regrets that she gave up her dream and your father was able to pursue what is called the dream?
Robin one-on-one with their daughter, a GMA exclusive this morning.
Deadly ice storm from Texas to the Great Lakes, ice up to 1 inch thick. Snow blanketing parts of the country, 16 states on high alert as a major new storm gets ready to hit the West. When twins reunite, that jaw-dropping moment, two 10-year-old twins saw each other for the first time right here on GMA. Now a look at what happens next. We'll introduce you to twin 25-year-olds who found each other after years apart.
And Michael Keaton live. He's the founder, heating up the screen. From Batman to Birdman, now get ready for a big Mac of an interview. And the man who missed his shot, going for $1 million on live TV and fumbling. This morning, a chance at redemption. Right here live, can he make it? And he's here to say,
good morning, America!
Live in Times Square, this is GMA.
Good morning, America. Wow, excited crowd here on this Martin Luther King Jr. Day. So nobody's playing hooky today. No, it's actually a day off for everyone. Let's take a look live at the Martin Luther King Memorial in Washington, D.C.
And this morning, in honor of MLK Day, Robin has an exclusive look at the legacy of his wife, Coretta Scott King. You will hear her talking on tapes never heard before, revealing details about her marriage and mission, and as a mother and a civil rights leader. It's really enlightening.
yeah, she's opening up about her family's life out of the spotlight and what her parents were like at home.
Yeah,
in real life.
You see Robin there with her. We're going to bring that to you in just a little bit. But first, let's get the morning rundown from TJ.
Hey, good morning, guys. We start with the crash of that Boeing 747 cargo plane into a residential neighborhood. At least 37 people were killed when the plane went down in heavy fog in Kyrgyzstan in Central Asia. The plane's nose crashed into a brick house. 15 homes in that village are destroyed. And also breaking overnight, a shooting at a music festival in Mexico packed with American tourists. Shots rang out inside a nightclub in Playa del Carmen during the BPM festival. Local police say at least 4 people have died. Authorities, though, aren't saying whether any Americans are among those victims. Well, President-elect Donald Trump says he's looking to replace Obamacare with a plan that offers insurance for everybody, even for those who can't pay for it. Trump tells the Washington Post his plan is close to completion, but he didn't say how he'll pay for it. Meanwhile, Trump is taking aim at CIA Director John Brennan, suggesting Brennan may have leaked those salacious allegations that Trump was compromised by Russia. This comes after Brennan scolded Trump Sunday, saying Trump does not understand the threat Russia poses. And with the inauguration 4 days away, 24 members of Congress now plan to boycott the ceremony after Trump criticized civil rights icon John Lewis for questioning the legitimacy of his presidency. Turn to some nasty weather now, and 9 deaths are blamed on that ice storm in the plains in Midwest. Turned highways into skating rinks, caused a truck crash in Nebraska. Now, as bad as that looks, nobody was injured there. Ice was 1 inch thick in Oklahoma. Meanwhile, on the West Coast, they're dealing with rain, some 6 inches of it expected to fall over the next few days. We have some new details now about the Kim Kardashian robbery in Paris. A police report reveals Kardashian was wearing only a bathrobe when she says the masked men, including one man wearing ski goggles, tied her up and taped her mouth, hands, and legs before stealing millions in jewelry, including a $4 million ring. 10 people are charged in that case. And less than a year after her death, the Pat Summitt Clinic has opened. The clinic at the University of Tennessee will continue the legacy of the legendary basketball coach by serving thousands of Alzheimer's patients. Summitt's son says it's proof of his mom's continued victory over the disease. And on another note now, adding a little spice to your life may help you live longer. I'm not talking about that kind of spice, though. We're talking about literal spice. A new study confirms that eating hot red chili peppers on a regular basis reduces your risk of a heart attack or stroke. They reduce mortality risk by 13% among patients studied. The compound that gives peppers their kick also fights cholesterol and obesity. Tomorrow, guys, a study on ice water and how it's needed after eating all those chili peppers.
TJ?
Go ahead, George. Your follow-up was what?
Do you actually have to eat the peppers, or does Tabasco work?
No, you have to eat the peppers. There's a
See, I'm glad I
compound
asked.
called capsaicin. It has to do with some antimicrobial policies.
Look at him doing his research. Don't show me up, TJ. You're supposed to just say no follow-ups. I don't know.
No, I take all the time y'all give me.
Thank you, TJ.
Our spice specialist.
Top news time, Larry.
Yes, yes. Happy Monday. Happy Martin Luther King Day. Time for pop news and the feel-good space race flick Hidden Figures that Amy Robach gives 2 thumbs up to, soaring to new heights. Yeah, you saw it as well?
Really?
All right, great. There you go, TJ. And you too, Jess.
I got nothing for you. I didn't see it.
I heard it's fantastic. I haven't had either. But it is topping the MLK holiday weekend with an estimated $25.3 million at the box office. Hidden Figures, it's called #1 for the second week in a row. It's the true story. I didn't know this story either. It's the true story about a group of female African-American mathematicians who helped launch NASA's first space missions. And it is blasting past Oscar favorite La La Land and the animated feature Sing, with plenty of award show buzz to keep it afloat.
I just got chills having you talk about it again because it's so good and you don't know the story.
Right.
And John Glenn would not have orbited the Earth if it weren't for these
Yeah,
women.
it's hard to think you didn't know a story about the space program.
Right.
It's really, it's so well
now
done.
you've made me want to see
And that's 2 today, because when you hear Michael Keaton come in here and talk about The Founder, another movie that you think you know the story or you didn't know you wanted to know, the story of McDonald's, you're not going to believe it. So 2 great movies out there right now. A lot of movies this season are fantastic. Also pop news this season, this morning, a finger-licking good weekend for Chrissy Teigen and husband John Legend. The pair wearing fried chicken-inspired onesies, of course, to a Hollywood birthday party, of course, for Jessica Alba's husband, Cash Warren. Other celebs at the PJ Fest included Kourtney Kardashian in black silk lingerie. Nicole Richie was in a unicorn onesie. All getting into the competition portion of the evening. That included charades, beer pong, Family Feud, and a little cornhole. Yeah. That Hollywood sure knows how to party.
Sounds like my kind of party.
And the price of admission was a onesie.
It was a onesie or PJs.
I love it.
Onesies are awesome.
Yeah, of course.
Yes, I know what you're saying. The lingerie. Right?
Yeah. Lingerie, onesie. We would have been onesie. Yeah.
Onesie, for sure.
But doesn't that sound like a fun way to have a party where no one really cares about what they look like and you're playing all kinds of games?
Well, they all still look amazing in their onesies, though. Beautiful Hollywood celebrities.
Yes.
You know, playing beer pong.
Yes.
Maybe champagne.
Where was our invite? And then finally, I thought this was really interesting. Hope you do too. Sharks typically known for their razor-sharp teeth, but one in Australia might be showing them off in a warm smile. This, according to a scuba diving instructor, right there you see him, who says every time this shark finds him, she lets him hug her. Rick Anderson has been diving for 27 years, said the 6-foot female Port Jackson shark is like a puppy, identifying her by her unique markings. Yeah, you don't want to pick the wrong shark. Here, puppy, ouch.
Guys, can we get a shot of that little girl right there? When you put up that shark, the look on her face was so crazy. She says, "What are you doing hugging a shark?" You don't think that's a good idea, do you?
No, shark hugging, not so good? No. This guy's been doing it for a long time. I know, but I say one wrong move. He identifies her, but I guess she has some scarring on her shark skin. But I feel like that could go very wrong in a major way. But the pictures were fascinating. And that, everybody, is Monday's edition of Pop News. Have a great day.
We only have to wait 24 hours.
No, we got a full season pickup for Pop News. Full season. So we'll see you guys next week.
And coming up on this Martin Luther King Jr. Day, the brand new tapes of Coretta Scott King and Robin's exclusive with their daughter.
GMA's morning menu is brought to you by the fast, powerful cough relief of Robitussin, because it's never just a cough.
Look at you, saving money on your Medicare Part D prescriptions. At Walgreens, we make it easy for you to seize the day by helping you get more out of life and Medicare Part D. Now with $0 copays on select plans and rewards points on all prescriptions, Walgreens has you covered. So drop by and seize the savings. Walgreens, at the corner of happy and healthy.
You inherit lots of traits from your family. My ancestor, Lady Beatrice, introduced the Elizabethan ruff. Great-grandfather Horatio went west during the gold rush, and Aunt Susan was a world champion. I inherited their can-do spirit and their double chin. Now I'm going to do something about it.
Kybella is the first of its kind injectable treatment that destroys fat under the chin, leaving an improved profile. Kybella is an FDA-approved non-surgical treatment for adults with a moderate amount of fullness, or a bit more. Don't receive Kybella if you have an infection in the treatment area. Kybella can cause nerve injury in the jaw, resulting in an uneven smile or facial muscle weakness and trouble swallowing. Tell your doctor about all medical conditions, including if you have had or plan to have surgery or cosmetic treatments on your face, neck, or chin, have had or have medical conditions in or near your neck, or have bleeding problems. Tell your doctor about all medicines you take. The most common side effects are swelling, bruising, pain, numbness, redness, and areas of hardness in the treatment area. Save $100 on a treatment. Learn more at mykybella.com.
With this level of engineering, it's a performance machine. With this degree of intelligence, it's a supercomputer. With this grade of protection, it's a fortress. And with this standard of luxury, it's an oasis. The 2017 E-Class. It's everything you need it to be, and more. Lease the E300 for $549 a month at your local Mercedes-Benz dealer. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
When did mixing food with not food become food? Thankfully, at Panera, 100% of our food is 100% clean. No artificial preservatives, sweeteners, flavors, or colors. Panera, food as it should be.
Like most women, you have a morning routine to help you be your best all day. But if you suffer from heavy periods due to uterine fibroids, being your best is usually preparing for the worst. Doctors are now conducting a research study evaluating an investigational medication that may reduce bleeding due to uterine fibroids. Qualified participants will receive study-related care and investigational medication at no cost. To see if you qualify, visit myfibroidstudy.com or call 1-844-35-STUDY.
You're a darling, Clementine. Tiny, sweet, and easy to eat. How could Fage Total's creamy Greek yogurt not have a crush on you? You make all the spoons swoon. Fage Total 0%. Nothing more, never less.
Our blogs are buzzing about the Designer Smile by Colgate. Optic White High-Impact White Toothpaste with a professionally recommended whitening ingredient for 4 shades visibly whiter teeth. The Designer Smile by Colgate Optic White High-Impact White.
As women, we need to take time to be active. That's what's so amazing about Poise Impressa.
I love the fact that it has the 3 sizes.
It isn't just one, because everybody's situation is different.
It's so easy and it's so comfortable.
Try Impressa today and start living comfortably, pad-free.
In Nassau, Paradise Island, we know better. For the best deals on resorts and travel, visit NassauParadiseIsland.com because it's better in the Bahamas.
Welcome back to TMA, and on this day where we celebrate Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., taking a closer look at the woman by his side, Coretta Scott King. The new memoir, My Life, My Love, My Legacy, is based on recorded conversations Mrs. King had with Dr. Barbara Reynolds. And Robin recently sat down with King's youngest daughter, Bernice, to learn more about the First Lady of the Civil Rights Movement, who fought so long to have today recognized as a national holiday.
Today, we commemorate the vision, voice, and impact of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., who advocated for racial justice and equality in America through his leadership and iconic words.
I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up, live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal.
A dream Dr. King shared with his wife, Coretta Scott King, who fought for 15 years to establish this day to honor her husband.
She was the architect of this King legacy. What we know of my father really came from her resilience, her determination.
In a newly released memoir and audio tapes, Mrs. King made it clear from the beginning of their marriage that she would be a force to be reckoned with. Listen closely to this exclusive recording as Mrs. King recalls a conversation she had with her husband.
I said, well, you know, I love being your wife and the mother of your children, but if that was all that I did, I would go crazy.
Your father wrote this about your mother. A wife can either make or break a husband. My wife was always stronger than I was through the struggle. In the darkest moments, she always brought the light of hope. Was that your mom?
Mm-hmm. In those crises moments, in those very difficult, challenging times, she rose to an occasion. And she could carry you. She could carry many people.
Well, I believe that Martin was chosen. I believe that I was chosen. Mm-hmm. And I say to the kids, this family was chosen as well.
As heard right there, Mrs. King divinely believed in their purpose as leaders of the civil rights movement. She thought she was as destined as him.
Exactly.
To do good things, great things.
Yes.
And not because she was his wife.
And I honestly believe in a different kind of way she did greater things. Probably because she lived longer, but also because she had the insight to see who he really was and articulate it in a way that an entire world could embrace.
Out of the spotlight, Coretta and Martin were like any other young couple. But Mrs. King had one simple wish.
I told him every woman wants a house. That's all I need is a house. As long as I have my own house, I'm fine.
And your father was like, no, because he didn't want people to think that he was benefiting from the movement. And your mom was like, I want a house. And she got that. So it tells you a little bit about her tenacity.
Yes, definitely. She had a lot of tenacity. And most times she got what she wanted.
That tenacity and strength put to the test in 1956 when their home was bombed.
Think about this. Daddy was the leader, but Mother was the one who first experienced the manifestation of a threat. She was in the home when it was bombed, not him.
And her baby girl.
And the baby girl. It's like God designed it this way because she had to first come to a resolve that I'm willing to risk the loss of my own life before even him.
While Mrs. King is known for her lifelong dedication to her husband and the movement, her first love was music. She aspired to be a classical singer.
When we grew up throughout the house, every morning, me, 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 me. She would come down the hall.
Wow.
Yeah, so music always lived with her. It was an important part of her life. She made sure that she raised us with an appreciation of music.
Any regrets that she gave up her dream and your father was able to pursue what is called the dream?
Her sister said to her, you know, you won't have your career as you see it, but you will have your career in another way. Perhaps the greater way were those freedom concerts.
Mrs. King made it her mission to hold what she called freedom concerts, where she sang to raise awareness and funds for civil rights groups.
Just because I've been born again.
What do you think they're looking for? Here at the King Center in Atlanta, Dr. Bernice King discussed her hope for maintaining her parents' legacy of peace and understanding. How do we use what your mother and father fought so hard for to move forward?
I'm gonna use his quote and her quote. His quote is, people hate each other because they fear each other. And they fear each other because they don't know each other. And they don't know each other because they are not communicating. They don't communicate because they're not connected. My mother said, struggle is a never-ending process. Freedom is never really won. You earn it and win it in every generation. She would help us to understand that we are all been called to this freedom struggle in the world. In these times, we have to be unrelenting in ensuring that certain freedoms are not lost and that we continue to forge forth in winning other freedoms.
Wow. And what an inspiring example they both set.
Certainly.
My Life, My Love, My Legacy in stores tomorrow. Coretta Scott King. And coming up, what is next? Remember, Gracie and Audrey met for the first time here on GMA, separated at birth. There was the moment.
So great.
We are going to talk about what's next for them.
The day after chemo, you could be home with your support system. Here, here, and here with Neulasta Onpro.
Strong chemo can put you at risk for infection. In a key study, Neulasta reduced the risk of infection from 17% to 1%, a 94% decrease. Apply the day of chemo. Neulasta Onpro is designed to automatically deliver Neulasta the next day without returning to the doctor just for a Neulasta shot. Neulasta is for certain cancer patients receiving strong chemotherapy. Do not take Neulasta if you're allergic to Neulasta or Neupogen, filgrastim. Ruptured spleens, sometimes fatal, as well as serious lung problems, allergic reactions, kidney injuries, and capillary leak syndrome have occurred. Report abdominal or shoulder tip pain, trouble breathing, or allergic reactions to your doctor right away. In patients with sickle cell disorders, serious, sometimes fatal crises can occur. The most common side effect is bone and muscle ache.
Talk to your doctor about Neulasta Onpro.
Moms know their kids need love, encouragement, and milk. With 8 grams of natural protein and 8 other nutrients to provide balanced nutrition. Moms know kids grow strong when they milk life.
That was invigorating. You're probably wondering why I just carved a giant wooden tiger. Well, the answer is that a real one would maul me. I've crafted Dr. Whiskers here as a visual aid to show you that should you visit the lot, CarMax associates will not pounce like tigers because people don't like that. Come here to buy a car, Dr. Whiskers won't pounce. Nobody will.
For I can't help falling in love with you.
Give extra, get extra.
20 times a day.
4 times a night.
How often do you feel the urge to go to the bathroom?
I stopped counting.
Count on Azo Bladder Control. It helps reduce the urge with naturally sourced pumpkin seed, so you can go less and worry less.
Like everybody, I want to live a life that's full of the happiness found in living the life I want, full of the energy that comes with good health, full of the great foods I love. And at Weight Watchers, I don't have to choose between weight loss and living well. I live well while losing weight. It is easier than it's ever been, and not one day have I felt deprived. Most important, it works!
Join for free now and lose 10 pounds on us.
The things that I consume on a daily basis, a lot of it is very acidic. The enamel on my teeth was actually weakening. The whiteness wasn't there as much. My teeth didn't look as healthy as others. My dentist said that Pronamel would help fight against that erosion that foods and drinks were causing. So it was really important to start using the Pronamel. That'll be one less thing you have to worry about. Pronamel is now giving me the confidence to know that I'm doing the right thing. So it's nice to know that it was as simple as that.
How much car can you get for $139 a month? Take a Corolla with Bluetooth, a backup camera, a 5-star safety rating, and introducing Toyota's Safety Sense, an advanced suite of active safety technology to support driver awareness. You can also buy a Corolla now with $1,500 cash back or interest-free financing. Plus, 2 years no-cost maintenance is included. Safety, value, style. What drives you? Toyota. Let's go places.
And we are celebrating our 10th annual Warm Coats, Warm Hearts Coat Drive, partnering with Burlington and KIDS Fashion Delivers. You know, Hunter Hayes, he stopped by to donate, and you can too. You just have to bring your gently used coat to your local Burlington store. We've had 136,592 coats donated. That is a huge number, and we can still do more. Go to our website, learn more about how you can donate a coat to someone who needs it this winter. Now let's go ahead and get a check of your local weather, because it's cold out.
Well, on this MLK holiday, everyone, we are going to see a few clouds, maybe a spotty shower, but a better chance for some spotty showers comes tomorrow. And that really is the next time where you'll notice the change from the 40s to the 50s tomorrow. In the next couple of days, our temperatures will be in the 50s. It is going to be a very mild pattern for us. Now, inauguration could be our 3rd warmest since Bush in '89. Our temperature close to 50 degrees with some showers possibly coming through after about lunchtime. The weekend coming up, still mild.
Now to the latest on twins Gracie and Audrey, who reunited, as you know, right here on GMA after being separated at birth. This morning, we have a look at what they can expect next. Two girls reunited at age 10, separated as babies in China, and adopted into two different American families.
It's very overwhelming.
Dr. Nancy Siegel, a twin herself, has been studying twins for decades.
This will provide another piece to the whole nature-nurture question, just what contributes to human developmental progress.
So far, she's found that reared-apart twins are very much alike. And now that the girls have reunited, what does their future hold?
Many times when twins meet each other for the first time, they will say that they feel complete or that something's been missing in their lives.
There are no better experts on this topic than 25-year-old twins Sarah Heath and Selena Kopinski, also adopted as babies to two separate American families in Tennessee and New York.
I just feel really grateful, I think, overall.
Neither knew they were a twin, but there were hints when the girls went to college.
This other student approached me and he said, "Can I take a picture of you? You really look like someone I know from back home."
That friend was Selena.
He took her picture, he sent it around to our friends, we laughed. It was sort of like, haha, you have a twin at this other school.
It wasn't until a few years later that they talked on Facebook and realized more eerie similarities. Adopted from the same place at the same time, they even finished each other's sentences.
When we first had dinner together, there was a moment of like, whoa.
A DNA test confirmed their relationship in 2015. Identical twins.
We definitely like the same foods.
We're very amused to figure out that we are both huge Lord of the Rings nerds.
And the big twin has some advice for our little ones.
I just really cherish it. You know, cherish that relationship.
Cherish this. Coming up, Michael Keaton is with us live.
Okay,
Don't go anywhere.
Tonight,
I know her better than she even knows herself.
superstars Kim and Kristen battle their super fans.
How many carats is Kim's engagement ring?
12.
Sorry, no.
Big fan. More fun and games tonight on ABC.
The wait is over. Scandal returns Thursday, January 26th on ABC.
From ABC 7 News, this is a Good Morning Washington update.
Good morning, Washington. I'm Melanie Hastings. Here's a check of your top stories. As thousands prepare for Inauguration Day on Friday, at least 24 Democratic members of Congress have announced they will skip the ceremony, including Congressman John Lewis. The longtime civil rights leader told Meet the Press he doesn't see Trump as a legitimate president. Today is Martin Luther King Jr. Day. The annual holiday is a day of service and reflection for many. Parades and events are planned across the region, including at the MLK Memorial on the National Mall. A wreath-laying ceremony there begins at 9 this morning, and we'll be carrying that for you live on News Channel 8. So how's the weather looking for the holiday? Here's Veronica Johnson.
Well, on this MLK holiday, everyone, we are going to see a few clouds, maybe a spotty shower, but a better chance for some spotty showers comes tomorrow. And that really is the next time where you'll notice the change from the 40s to the 50s tomorrow. In the next couple of days, our temperatures will be in the 50s. It is going to be a very mild pattern for us. Now, inauguration could be our third warmest since Bush in '89. Our temperature close to 50 degrees with some showers possibly coming through after about lunchtime. The weekend coming up, still mild.
Minors slowing on the Capitol Beltway, Veronica, as you travel through Tysons and McLean. Had the earlier accident activity at 123. We've just reopened that right lane, and we are still dealing with debris across the roadway. Several disabled vehicles along the side of the roadway as you travel on the inner loop through Tysons. A quick peek in the Centerville area. No traffic troubles on 66 or 28, but it is Pleasant Valley Road with the closure between Lee Highway and Braddock Road. Utilities